The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F by Mark Manson is not your typical self-help book. Rather than offer flowery motivational quotes or endless positivity, it dives headfirst into the uncomfortable truths most people avoid. It challenges the idea that people must always be chasing happiness, success, and approval. Instead, it delivers a simple but powerful message. Everyone has a limited number of things they can truly care about in life, so they must choose them wisely. Real growth does not come from caring more. It comes from caring better. Life is full of pain, discomfort, and challenges. Trying to avoid that truth only leads to more suffering. People are taught to believe they must always be positive, always be winning, and always be moving forward. But this constant pressure to feel good all the time makes them feel worse. The solution, according to Mark, is to stop giving your energy to everything. Stop trying to care about every little thing and instead focus only on what truly matters. This mindset is not about being careless or cold-hearted. It is about being intentional. Mark emphasizes that people should stop chasing things they do not actually value, such as status, fame, wealth, or the approval of others. Instead, focus on values that bring long-term meaning, like honesty, responsibility, humility, and compassion. When your values are rooted in something deeper, you no longer feel the need to prove yourself or impress anyone. One of the most important ideas in the book is that pain is inevitable. The difference between a meaningful life and an empty one lies in the kind of pain people are willing to endure. For example, building a healthy relationship, creating something meaningful, or becoming better at a skill all require struggle. Instead of asking, "What do I want?" ask, "What pain am I willing to go through?" The people who live well are not the ones who avoid struggle, but the ones who choose their struggle wisely. Mark introduces the concept of the feedback loop from hell. When people feel bad about feeling bad, this emotional spiral is exhausting and destructive. Instead of accepting that negative emotions are part of life, people beat themselves up for not being constantly happy. Mark urges readers to break this loop. Accept your sadness. Feel your frustration. The moment you stop resisting your feelings is the moment they start to lose their power over you. Another major point is personal responsibility. Mark draws a sharp line between fault and responsibility. Something might not be your fault, such as trauma, rejection, or failure, but it is still your responsibility to deal with it. Taking ownership of your response to life's events is the foundation of maturity. Blaming others or waiting for someone else to fix things only keeps you stuck. Responsibility gives you power, the power to change, to grow, and to heal. The book also confronts the illusion of certainty. People cling to being right, being secure, and knowing exactly who they are. But Mark argues that certainty is the enemy of growth. The most confident people are not the ones who think they have all the answers, but the ones who admit what they do not know. Real confidence comes from being open to being wrong, to learning, and to changing. Letting go of fixed identities is one of the hardest but most liberating things a person can do. Then comes the topic most people avoid entirely. Mark brings it up not to scare readers, but to sharpen their focus. Thinking about death reminds us how little time we truly have. It pushes us to stop wasting that time on petty arguments, shallow goals, and toxic relationships. When people embrace their mortality, they start asking better questions. What legacy do I want to leave behind? What impact do I want to have? What will truly matter when everything else fades? In the final chapters, Mark emphasizes that not giving a F does not mean being indifferent. It means caring deeply, just about fewer things. It means cutting through the noise and distractions of modern life and putting your time, energy, and heart into what really counts. The fewer things you care about, the more powerful your attention becomes. When you stop trying to be everything to everyone, you become someone to yourself. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F is ultimately a guide to freedom. Not freedom from pain, but freedom through pain. Not freedom from responsibility, but freedom because of responsibility. It teaches that a meaningful life is not built by avoiding problems, but by facing the right ones. It reminds us that happiness is not found in having everything go right, but in choosing what is worth fighting for when everything goes wrong. If this story shifted your perspective, made you think differently, or gave you the courage to let go of what no longer serves you, then be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.